Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
At no point were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I award you no point.
Wow. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Hiya, and welcome to the Pool Boy Podcast. It is Monday, April 8th. I'm Henry O'Shea, joined as always by the big man himself, Jack O'Shea.
How are we doing?
I was going to say the exact same thing. That's funny. It was going to be a similar cadence as well.
Yeah.
I'm thrown off.
Just sort of a bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
bada bing, bada boom, bada
I think
bang.
at one time, I think when New was back, you went to him first. Or him
Yes.
second. Me first.
Yes.
And I was
You guys were both, neither of you had a response.
completely topsy-turvy.
Yeah, both. I finally gave New the shot and
Yeah.
couldn't take it. Another Saturday night pod, Sunset pod. It's beautiful here.
Pod at dusk.
It's wonderful. Yes, we might be a little bit behind. UVA just went to won against Auburn. Did you see it?
No.
So absolute hogwash.
Oh, yeah?
I would call it.
I saw a bunch of people saying, fuck
It
UVA.
was just a bullshit call of last shot. They call foul, and the guy just had his hands up. And it's on that dude, whatever his name is, Guy, that white dude for UVA. He's
Yeah.
like money from the free throw line.
Of course, his name's Guy.
I know, right? He used to have like a little man bun.
His name's they probably got a guy on the team named Buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Screw that. I had a lot riding on Auburn. Had Auburn won the championship, I would have won quite a lot of clams.
Yes.
Quite a few shekels.
It would have been nice for the Pool Boy
It would have been.
LLC.
More shirts.
Yes.
That's where all the money goes.
More shirts.
More shirts. By the way, if you haven't bought your shirt, fucking
Yeah. We didn't
it
even
out.
mention it all last time.
they look pretty
But
sweet.
we do have shirts. I'm wearing a shirt. We've got a bunch of people to.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people buying them. We got a bunch of people sending us
sold-
pictures
we
and
sold
videos.
about-
It's great.
We got about 40 out there now.
Yeah.
Floating around
Ooh.
the ether.
Ooh.
And we've got a ton of people to send in the getting the fucking pool stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna start posting them on our stories and
Yeah. Send us a photo of you wearing the shirt.
yeah.
It's awesome. Looks good. You look
Baby.
great.
So good.
Let's dive into the pod. Winners and losers.
Mm-hmm.
My winner of the week, Saturday night.
You're a big winner.
SATUR. Saturday night wins because Adam Sandler was just announced. He is going to host Saturday Night Live for the first time ever.
Isn't that crazy?
So this is bonkers to me.
Yeah.
How has he never hosted?
I think he's kind of one of those guys where it's like he doesn't think of himself as that funny.
I think so too.
And so I think he's kind of like, I think after Saturday Night Live, he was like, man, I got out of there like a bandit. Like
I think so too.
yeah.
Well, because we compare him to, I think he's a much funnier Pete Davidson in that his role in a lot of his sketches was just like clearly he's breaking.
Playing Adam Sandler.
But he's such a great dude, and you just want to
Yeah.
be friends with him so bad.
Yeah.
You're like, God, of course you're laughing, man.
Pete
Like,
Davidson responds by trying to get into the cultural zeitgeist and getting neck tattoos. Adam Sandler responds by being like, I'm only going to wear
Cargo shorts,
oversized
yeah.
T-shirts and cargo shorts.
And I'm going to be a star athlete in every one of my movies, even though I'm 5'10".
because I play basketball with my rich buddies.
Yeah, that's always the best.
So I'm a star basketball player.
I'm a star.
What a guy.
Absolute star.
I love Adam Sandler. This whole podcast was like designed. If you read
Love it to death.
the info on this pod, it says that, we're basically here to defend the movies.
Yeah.
Like Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Grown Ups 2 isn't that bad. That's exactly why we started the pod.
Oh, 100%. And so it's crazy
That and
to
all
me.
the sweet money we're making.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the perks and the bennies. It's nuts to me because I really associate Adam Sandler with Saturday Night Live. Like, he was one of those guys where, like, we always had his best of DVDs.
Yeah.
You go to Blockbuster and get best of Adam Sandler. And they're all hilarious. He's doing the fucking Lunch Lady song.
What's
and
funny is
he's Happy Hanukkah song or whatever.
They're all fantastic, but they're all exactly like you said. They're fantastic because you're like, I love this guy.
I just love Adam Sandler, yeah. It's not like Will Ferrell where you, like, can't stop laughing from, like, the character he's playing.
Will Ferrell had two.
Yeah.
He had two. That's how good he was. And then Will Ferrell, Mike Myers' was pretty unbelievable.
Chris Farley, Mike Myers.
Chris Farley,
their
I think.
best of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Those DVDs
pretty-
were awesome.
Yeah, we need to find those.
Yeah, you gotta get
Netflix
those.
should just post those all up.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't even know if you can find them on YouTube anymore. But Crazy Me's never hosted. I agree. In my mind, it's like, what is the benefit of him ever hosting? He left and was such a huge, he's just a fucking man. Where, like, why would he?
You don't need this.
The reason I respect Adam Sandler so much is because of his movie choices, which is usually why people critique him.
Most people don't realize that Frank Sinatra actually wrote My Way. about Adam Sandler.
Seriously, he
Because he
did.
was like, I did it. He did it his way.
Like that whole thing about how Ben Stiller like picks what movie he's going to be in based on the location, so he can basically go on vacation wherever he's filming.
Exactly.
And he picks his wardrobe. That's why he just always is dressed like Adam Sandler in every movie.
Yeah.
Like, dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You have the power to do that.
Another common misconception is people don't realize that he actually came up with Burger King's slogan, "Have it your way."
Have it your way.
That was an Adam Sandler, another Adam Sandler invention.
Original.
Original.
An Adam
Yes.
Sandler original. But the wardrobe, the whole thing, like he's just a guy that's like he doesn't care about being cool, which is so I feel like rare,
Yeah.
especially amongst.
That's what makes him cool, though.
That's what makes him cool.
Yeah.
Like God, those are the coolest guys. The guys who don't have to try to be cool. Like Burt Reynolds.
We're rare.
R.I.P.
We're a rare breed.
Oh yeah, you are. You're a very rare breed. You cool guys.
Those cool guys.
I was wondering, like, why does he do it now? Because I looked up his movies. He's in a movie with Jennifer Aniston in June. Comes out in June. That's directed by Kyle from. Is it Kyle Workahawks? Who's the guy? They're like homeless drug addicts buddy.
Oh, yo.
How the fuck am I forgetting his name? This always happens in
Kyle.
the pod. Is it Kyle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my gut. But he's directing it. It's just called Murder Mystery. It's gonna look hilarious.
Kyle.
Adam Sandler, I think he has like a mustache. But I was like, maybe he's trying to promote that. But that's like over a month after. He had a comedy special on Netflix like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know, because I would say to promote that, because I think his movies haven't been. He still is killing it, but I think maybe his movies haven't been just like murdering it as much.
He's always
Or maybe
done
Hotel
those-
Transylvania 3. Did that come out?
That already came out. He's on his IMDb because I looked it up. He's got Murder Mystery and then Hotel Transylvania 4.
Ooh, and a new thing called Uncut Gems.
You ever seen fucking Hotel Transylvania?
I loved it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It is absolutely hilarious.
The best part is you can watch and be like, oh, that's Kevin James.
In college, it is good. Yeah. In college, I was always trying to get our buds to watch it because I was like, it's actually hilarious. And that was like kind of became a joke that like, of course we're not going to watch it. And then I was out of town one time and they watched it.
You know what movie I don't?
It was a stab in the back.
You know what movie I like? I watched once, was like, this is amazing, but I will never watch again. Is How to Train Your Dragon.
The title ruined the movie.
The title ruined the movie. They should have just called it Dragons. That would have crushed it. But
how was Jay Baruchel?
the issue? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Jay
He
Baruchel.
frustrates me.
He's a funny guy.
He's hilarious.
His voice isn't awesome,
No.
and that's the whole movie.
We should watch Goon soon.
Goon is one of the best movies ever.
Goon 2 was good too.
Goon 2 was a solid sequel. We were hoping for another. Like the reason why Goon was so good.
It's out of nowhere.
God, we're on a tangent. But the reason why Goon was so good is because it was out of nowhere. It was hilarious, and it was also like a kind of a deep story.
And it was badass.
Goon 2 was like completely made up type stuff.
Yeah, the first one was real.
The first one, you don't know. Maybe it was
never
based
know.
on a goon.
I think it was. Who's your winner?
My winner is. Let me just pull it up. My winner is Eve 6, Everclear, and Third Eye Blind.
You're a big winner.
Okay, is Eve 6 also a band? I've never heard of Eve 6.
They sing Inside Out. I would swallow my pride.
Oh,
I
great
would choke
song.
on the left. Give me the empty inside.
Yeah.
That one.
I mean,
To
Inside
me, out,
yeah.
I'm nothing but faith in nothing.
Yeah.
So
That
the
was
reason,
numbers.
yeah.
Faith in numbers.
Faith in number.
Not quite.
The reason why those three are winners is because Mark McGrath,
Who is?
lead singer of Sugar Ray,
Of course.
is going deaf. this is
No way.
for the first time I had two losers.
No
and I was like, I gotta
way.
turn this loser into a winner. I'm also
No
I'm also
way.
like kind of going deaf, so it's like kind of okay.
That is
But-
hilarious,
but-
dude. I did not. You could have given me a million guesses as to why those bands are the winners. That is.
He's
so
going
funny.
deaf. No, but yeah, apparently Mark McGrath is losing his hearing, which is a huge bummer. But it's a huge victory for them because, between Eve 6, Everclear, Third Eye Blind, and Sugar Ray, really Third Eye Blind is the only one that could even be like, yeah, we compete with Sugar Ray. But now they all get to kind of bump up a slot because every morning we're not going to hear it again.
We're not going to hear every morning. Wow.
I just want to fly with a vibe to the fire so high.
What a unique sound.
All around the world,
unique
statues
sound.
crumble for me. That might be a thing you could do deaf because it's just kind of.
Yeah,
He didn't
get there.
sing. He just like.
Those are going to be my
Emoted.
new karaoke songs.
My
Those
God.
4 bands.
Should we go to karaoke tonight
We
and
might
just
have to.
all around the world, statues crumble, and then you can be the Jamaican guy.
Yeah. Give it away.
Wait till the fire is so high.
Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
That's one of those. Those are 4 bands where like I feel like you know way more about music than I do.
I don't. I just know more about that
Now you do. specific
specific genre of music.
But like those are like you could play me any song from those 4 bands and I would be like it's one of them.
Yeah.
They're so like I don't
Yeah.
really. They're all real similar. That is a hilarious winner.
I was also gonna apologize to Third Eye Blind because they really shouldn't be in this category. Third Eye Blind has some jams.
They do. No, Third Eye Blind has some absolute
Jumper.
bangers. Yeah.
Wish you was the back from that list.
Go watch
my
Yes
friend.
Man for a second.
Just watch Yes Man.
Watch it.
Just watch Oscar Guzman,
Who's that?
the guy who gets
Oh,
pulled in.
he's the guy who's going to jump off the roof.
Luis,
That guy's name?
Luis Guzman.
That guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's great in Waiting.
Yeah.
Losers. My loser. Sports comedies.
You are one pathetic loser.
On our wall, we have a shit ton of movie posters. Can you see it in your screen?
Yes, I can.
So we have 4 layers, 4 rows, and they're all different stuff. But one of them is Will Ferrell movies, and we got Anchorman, and then the next 4 are Semi-Pro, Talladega Nights, Kicking and Screaming, Blades of Glory. 4 sports movies starring Will Ferrell. That
Iconic sports comedies.
iconic sport. I'd say like besides those movies,
You got the Airbud 7.
you got the Airbud 15. You got like Bad News Bears, Major League.
If you're on like some drugs, remember the Titans is hilarious.
Oh, it's too funny.
Goon.
Goon.
Goondos.
But for the most part,
Goondos.
Will Ferrell really owned sports comedies for a while. And it wasn't just Will Ferrell, but it was Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, who was the director, and they wrote him together for all these movies.
He was the guy behind the guy.
They were the guy. Yeah, exactly. And like I remember at a certain point, Will Ferrell announced like I'm going to stop making sports movies. Like he had like 6 years where every year he's got a different hilarious sports movie.
They called him the Everyman series, which was semi-pro. Actually, that was just semi-pro, Talladega Nights, and Anchorman. They were going to do more, and then they were like, we've done kind of enough of these Everyman. Will Ferrell plays an Everyman. Even though those were like, semi-pro is, I think, his most underrated and potentially number one.
That might be my favorite Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. But those movies and those types of movies lose because Will Ferrell and Adam McKay are no longer production partners. They announced like
I read this.
a mutual breakup thing, which is not surprising. And actually, Jack, I wish we had someone going through our old pods. We called this.
Yeah, we did.
Because we saw, so Adam McKay kind of started making serious movies when he did Big Short, which is great. Love Big Short. The style, it's a little annoying to me.
One of
It's
those
a little
oxymoron
pretentious
titles.
The Big Short, yeah. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
I've heard the book is, it's almost as good as the movie.
I listened to it. Oh, you dog.
I'm a duck.
Why you a dog?
But so we did that, and then it kind of became clear Adam McKay is looking for more serious stuff. It's like, good for you, bro. Like, I'm sure Will Ferrell's he's doing less, like whatever. And then we saw Vice. There are some great parts to Vice.
Vice, I rewatched Vice the other day. I thought, yeah.
George Bush, played by Sam Rockwell, is hilarious.
Crushes it.
Same with Donald Rumsfeld,
Steve
played
Carell.
by Steve Carell. Overall, the movie, though, is pretty insanely politically biased.
Yeah, which was like the thing is
to an
like
annoying amount where it's like, just make a movie.
you and I are almost so like anti-politics. where
Just
we're
in any
like,
way. Just like, don't. Why are you
stop,
trying to put your.
Why are we so?
It's so clear.
Why do we have to introduce this into this realm?
Yeah, just make the movie. Like, I know you're making a movie about a politician, obviously.
It's a biopic. Tell
Tell the story. And
Yeah.
maybe you don't know the story. Some of the stuff you're going, dude.
It was so loaded.
Like, there's one scene where they basically are like, yeah, Dick Cheney was pretty pumped about 9/11.
And it's
saw
like-
it as an opportunity immediately. It's like, were you in the room?
Yeah.
Was
this written down
this
anywhere?
Is for real? You from a look that he gave?
Yeah.
We're now going to say Dick Cheney was pro-terrorism? Like, what are we...
Or is this a feeling that you had?
Personally, that's your political belief.
You thought this is how he felt, so you're going to now make it seem that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So-
ending of it ends basically
Oh,
with
dude.
a smart Democrat and a dumb Republican. And obviously the dumb Republican guy just sounds like an idiot and gets owned.
And
it's
again-
like, what? There's just no need for this.
Again, you and I are not like super political.
No.
We don't have a dog in this fight.
Leave it at home.
I just hate seeing the fight.
It's just it's just like that's not why I went to the movies.
Yeah.
It's not why I want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And so we were like, I just don't ever see Will Ferrell hopping on board that train. I think Will Ferrell's going to make movies that he thinks are funny.
Yeah, I think he's just worried about the comedy.
Same, which is pretty sweet. So this wasn't very surprising, but bummer. They
Yeah.
made like all of our favorite movies, like Anchorman, Semi-Pro, Talladega Nights, Kicking and Screaming, Blaze of Glory. There's other ones too
Yeah.
that I'm blanking on where, I mean, those are like the best movies. Those are the funniest movies.
Those are the movies that, God, what was really crazy is like every time, because I listen to so many podcasts. I listen to so many podcasts with people that, are like comedians and stuff who are the big comedians now. And they always talk about how they were totally influenced by like, these 10 movies growing up. They just lived and breathed Ghostbusters or whatever. It's like, honestly, if you think about it for you and me, Will Ferrell was the biggest influence of
for sure.
all our jokes and stuff.
Probably him and Adam Sandler.
Him and
I've
Adam
seen Happy Gilmore
Sandler.
more than any movie than Jaws. Other than Jaws.
Jaws is by far the most.
Other than
yeah.
like that, it's like I've seen Happy Gilmore and Dumb and Dumber probably.
And probably
500
Ocean's 11.
times. Ocean's 11.
Honestly, Ocean's 11 and Remember the Titans.
Same. Yeah, I remember Titans.
We've seen a lot of movies a lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of times. But like those are the ones where like we can watch those absolutely whenever. The other guys, Step Brothers, those are all that duo.
Yeah.
And now it's no longer.
His tone, like his cadence is very similar. We took a lot of it and we owe a lot to them. It's a bummer. Yeah, you and I definitely called it. We saw this kind of happening. Their production company, Gary Sanchez Productions.
It's hilarious.
They're both so funny. Gary Sanchez Productions started making like Will Ferrell movies and now Adam McKay's new kind of movies things. And so they're both producers on all of them. Even though it's clear.
Oh, really?
Even though it's clear, Will Ferrell had
nothing to do with
no say over Vice.
Yeah.
But if Vice had won Best Picture, Will Ferrell would have been an Oscar winner.
That's pretty crazy.
That's what's and Holmes and Watson, Adam McKay produced it. He didn't produce it.
Yeah.
So it makes kind of sense. I mean, part of it makes sense to me. I don't know. I think that they just both went in completely different directions. And it's like, if we're not collaborating creatively, like, what's the point?
I also think Will Ferrell's just not really in movies anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna look up his.
He's like a dad now.
IMDb real quick. But yeah, it's like he seems like, I know he doesn't watch his movies and he like doesn't watch any movies. He's one of those guys. But let me see if he's in anything coming up soon. Yeah, he's in a handful of things. No, but producer, executive producer.
All Gary Sanchez stuff.
Yeah, he's not really. He's not set to act in too much. Actually, I take that back. He's got a handful.
Yeah.
But still, anyways,
He's still one of those like bankable stars.
oh, he's the best. He's great here now. It's crazy. He's gonna
all
start
right.
playing dads.
You want to hear my loser?
Who's your loser?
Bromance.
You are one pathetic loser.
Bromance.
So we all know Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. I'm not even kidding you. That was my loser.
No way.
And I didn't say it until, but that was my loser.
That's hilarious.
I saw sports comedies and I was
That
like,
like never happens.
I was like, I know. Well, usually one
You
of
can
us
kinda
tells
guess,
the other,
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like, oh, you got to hear this. I'll save it for the pod, but you got to hear this.
Or it's so wild where it's like, I know your loser, or you know my loser is not Planet Fitness.
Yes,
You know
exactly.
that. That's just not gonna happen.
I'm very aware that your loser is in Planet
yeah,
Fitness.
yeah. That's hilarious though. Moving on. Let's keep
Quick one.
going.
There you go.
Time for trailer trash, trailer smash.
Remember, we have to say if it's a trash or a smash.
Yeah.
Last week I gave a trash and a smash. Okay.
You did.
I'm not gonna.
Fitty, fitty.
It's not an easy one.
The trailer this week is fucking awesome. We got a teaser trailer at some type of, I don't know if it was Comic-Con. We got something. Was it Comic-Con? Maybe.
Probably. I feel like Comic-Con's like 20 times a year.
The long-awaited and a movie that we've talked about for like 2 years, The Joker.
Yeah.
Or just Joker. Yeah, it's The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
First trailer came out.
Joker.
And it's eerie and it's creepy and it's fucking awesome. So first off, the trailer starts with that shot just of like this city.
Yeah.
That is so Dark Knight.
Well-
It got me. I felt it in my plums. It was fantastic.
I said to you as we were watching it, that I said that's so Christopher Nolan. That's
So
that
Christopher
shot.
Nolan.
And then two, there's a character in it.
Yeah.
That's also in the Dark Knight. I think it's the same universe.
So it's the guy who he plays Martel in The Replacements. He's the
Yes.
well, that's too bad because that's the way I play.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
He's a bad,
And
bad man.
He's also the senator that Anne Hathaway seduces and then holds like hostage or ransom for ransom, whatever, in The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
So he appears to be the same character. So there's no way that's a fucking coincidence, which means this is a prequel story.
I'm
Which
googling
is
it just
weird.
to see.
But Jack, that's weird
Yeah.
because even like his makeup is different than the Joker in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. It's very
Like,
weird.
is this movie going to end with him getting scars like Heath Ledger, and like it's going to be like, and then kind of thing?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. The thing is too is like he is clearly 20 years older than
Yes.
Heath Ledger.
I think he looks fucking awesome. He's got this like weird skinny body. He clearly lost a lot of weight, so his face looks really like gaunt and kind of scary. He's got that greasy hair.
Yeah, and his
And
back is.
They don't show you much, which is the best. They show you kind of smiling, but he's kind of depressed. Lives a really shitty life. They make that clear. It looks like his mom's dying. His mom's positive.
Well, there's a shot. There's a quick segment where it's him talking about his mom, and it's him bathing his mom. And from that point on, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
you can already tell he's kind of a psycho because that's just kind of a weird thing to me. I don't. That's weird.
What's weird to you?
Any sort of bathing with mom.
Oh, I agree.
That one shot, I was like, okay, I get what
We're
painting
going
you're trying
for.
to. So
I assume they
he's
were
a
husband and
psycho.
wife,
Got
but
it.
no, yeah.
No.
But then you got like him writing creepy notes. He just kind of seems like almost like a simple sad guy who's not like really smart enough
Well,
to
that's
get
the
out of a
horrifying
situation.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Could be anybody.
And then he's a clown, but he's like a happy clown. Gets his sign stolen. He gets lit up. He runs into an alley, and like a kid's hiding behind the corner and hits him with the sign. He gets as lit up as
He gets popped.
I can't remember. It's like the hand in Jackass 3.
Yes.
When they walk in with like the bowl of soup and the hand just smacks you.
Don't see it coming.
You just don't see it coming. Absolutely
Yeah.
gets smacked. And then what I loved about this trailer is they don't really show you too much. You don't really know anything about the movie. Where you go from that to like his creepy body to the best shot of the entire trailer is he's going up an elevator at Arkham Insane Asylum.
Yeah.
And he's normal, but in the elevator with him is a dude strapped into his bed, just absolutely going insane.
Yeah.
And it's like that is what I want it to be.
Yeah.
I want it to be this like terrifying situation. It's steel elevator. Everyone else is normal. One guy's going crazy. Like, what fucking world are we in?
Dude.
They go to a comedy club and he's like a creepy laugh.
Dude, you know I don't play too many oh yeah, he's a really creepy laugh in that. You know I
Super
don't play too many video games, but I play I would love to have played Arkham Asylum.
We should still do it. That and that Star Wars game where you pick if you're good or bad. Both of those are like I got those circled.
We just don't got the time, dude.
no,
You
I don't
and
have
work
for like
so
a
late.
campaign mode. Or honestly, you know what the problem is? Like we usually do shit together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like we're not going to do a campaign.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to play?
There's really not a time during the week where you and I are one of us isn't doing something either work wise or like boy wise or
Yeah.
something like that. Like we're not gonna be like, hey, you want let's take a day and just play this video game. I'll wake up the next day and be so mad at myself
Yeah.
and be like, well, we just lost a fucking day.
Well, maybe we should think about it. Maybe we
Yeah.
should, because that Arkham Asylum game looks sick. Also, I love the parts of the trailer where he basically he puts his fingers in his mouth and like forces a smile, and he does it once and he's kind of happy with it, like whatever, and he does it again, and then he like basically like throws his hands out and like he's clearly crying, like he's upset, and just that combo, and then he does it to a kid. Like I just
Does it
love
to a kid?
He does it to a kid. So like a kid's behind a fence and he like puts his hands through and like puts his hands in his mouth.
Dude,
and
that's
makes him smile.
That's the only thing. I'm definitely gonna see this movie at least
It's gonna be
once.
creepy, dude. It's gonna be.
I'm
real
gonna see this
creepy.
movie at least once. As long as they don't hurt any children, I'll see it more than once.
I don't think it'll hurt children, but I
Dude.
think there's gonna be some pretty fucked up shit because they kind of show him go insane. Like he's just so bullied, like he's so shit on, and he's the bottom of society.
What's so weird is
And then he looks so fucking cool in that suit.
What's so weird is you're watching the trailer and it does seem like you're supposed to be rooting for him.
Yeah.
Because you're used to movies. You're supposed to be rooting for this guy. I can't think of another movie where the main character. I mean, you can think of shows like Dexter.
Yeah,
Or something where
but
the
even
main
that, they
character is the
explain
bad
he's killing
guy.
bad people. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's what do you call it? It's because there's lawful, chaotic, and evil. You know those things where it's like chaotic, neutral, lawful, good.
Yeah. The stages of like the villain.
Whatever the lowest one is, it's law. Dexter is lawful evil or
Yes.
whatever, and Joker is chaotic evil.
Yeah, and there's like that, and then there's like Tony Soprano, and then there's like mass murder kind of thing.
Yeah.
But with Joker, you're right. Except like Dark Knight, you're obviously rooting for Batman, but the Heath Ledger's so cool that like I don't know how pissed we would have been had the Joker come out on top at the end. You know what I mean?
Dude, some of these lawful things are so funny. We afterwards, I'm gonna stop but afterwards we have to watch this because it's fantastic.
But overall, this movie's gonna be fucking awesome. His
Yeah.
look, he like does a little pimp Conor McGregor daddy walk out of his hotel room at the end, and he's wearing this like colorful suit, and he's got the paint all fucking looking fresh.
Yeah.
Just looking clean.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm jacked for this one, dude.
God, if you're watching the YouTube of this guy, the sun is slowly setting, and
This
it's
is
just
the latest we've done it.
yeah, just I'm excited for people to watch this. Just watch it as you're going to bed.
Yeah.
Because we're basically going to be going to bed with you.
Oh, yeah,
By the
baby.
end, this is just going to be a black screen, but
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to do it. You're going to love it.
Moving on. You got something else?
No, that's it.
Moving on. We got a new segment that's a one-timer called "Well, You're Gonna Need a Crew as Nuts as You Are." Who do you have in mind?
Yeah.
Best.
And by the way, that was an awful impression.
well, I you know what it was?
You're going to need a crew as nuts as you are.
And you're gonna need a crew as nuts as you are. Who do you got in mind?
What do you have in mind?
There we go.
There
I'll
we
cut
go.
out mine and I'll play yours. I actually probably won't do that.
No, don't.
But what's it called? That's obviously Ocean's 11 line. It's like the best line in the movie before they introduce the crew. And the reason we're doing this is because we watched Ocean's 11 the other day for the millionth time.
Yeah.
And there's the best scene where Brad Pitt and Clooney are talking, and Clooney's like, Clooney's like, so who do you think we need? Like part of the crew. Basically, like, who are the my 11 going to be?
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt names like 10 famous people. It's like, we're going to need a Buster Brown and a Leon Spinks, 2 Jim Browns and this and that. And we were like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, are those real things? But you found out they're real things, right?
Yeah. In fact, let me just really quick. So it's boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so it
There's
doesn't
7 characters.
fully
types?
add. There's 7, but then I'm missing 1. So because there's 7 things he names. He says, off the top of my head, I'd say you're looking at a Boski, a Jim Brown, a Miss Daisy, 2 Jethros, and a Leon Spinks. Not to mention the biggest Ella Fitzgerald ever.
That's what it is. Ella Fitzgerald.
So that's
Ever.
7. That's 7 things if you're counting Jethro twice. And then you got 7 plus George, who's already involved. Brad, who's already involved. And Linus, when he says, do we need one more? We need one more, and they get Linus. So I don't know who the 10th is, but we'll be able to actually just
The guy who finances it, no?
No.
That's before they went to him?
Maybe it is that guy.
Maybe him.
Okay, so I'm gonna read them again. A Boski, a Jim Brown, a Miss Daisy, 2 Jethros, and a Leon Spinks. Not to mention the biggest Ella Fitzgerald ever. All right. Let's go down the list. Here's what we're going to do.
Yes.
You're going to try to guess which character is which.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why they're named that.
Gotcha.
So let's start off with a Boski.
So a Boski. So one Boski. I would guess Don Cheadle. No. Who is it?
A Boski is...
Oh, no, that sounds like a demolition guy to me for some reason.
Boski is Lyman Zerga. So
Boski's the guy who blends in and plays the character?
So, no. So I've just blanking on his name. Carl Reiner plays him. I forget what his name. Saul is the Boski. So Lyman Zerga is the whale who is asked to put his jewels into the casino vault. His jewels are actually dynamite. Which, by the way, did you realize that?
I never realized that.
I never put that together. His jewels are actually dynamite. There's a reference. This is a reference to Ivan Boski, a big-time trader on Wall Street who got caught committing securities fraud. The con here is about a wealthy roller who has insider information. So it's somebody who...
What a specific fucking thing.
I think it's meant to be somebody who has access
to whatever you're trying to break into.
Yeah, is a liar about he should have access to the inside, so he gets access to the inside, and that's where they do the con. That's the Boski.
Interesting, Boski.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. Next we have a Jim Brown.
Am I super racist for thinking that it's...
You are, but you're also correct. It's Bernie Mac.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it Bernie Mac?
So, named after the famous American football player, Jim Brown, who was widely regarded as one of the greatest football players ever. It's basically like the fighter. So, it's somebody
kind of an enforcer, like when he shakes the guy's hand and gets the cheap price on the van.
Exactly. He's an enforcer, and he's also somebody who can distract people by being such a big, almost like physical threat fighting person, which is funny because Bernie Mac...
It's not what I would expect. He's a big dude.
But you don't think of him as like an enforcer.
No. But of the crew, he's definitely the linebacker.
God, it's getting dark. Welcome to the show right here.
So dark. I love it.
Ooh, I feel like we're telling ghost stories.
They're sexual.
Okay, so that's your 1 for 2.
Yep.
A Miss Daisy.
Miss Daisy. One Miss Daisy?
Miss Daisy. So this is the kind of confusing part because this one can't really be applied to. This can be
Miss Daisy. You're driving Miss Daisy, so she's like the important one. The smart guy.
Yeah.
Really?
So
let's go.
So
hey,
a Miss Daisy.
No, that's big.
So they don't explicitly say that it's the smart guy, but a Miss Daisy is a movie about a woman who gets chauffeured around. The team uses a SWAT van, which is remote controlled and therefore being driven not by them, which was put together by the smart guy. I would also be like, that also seems kind of like the Mormon Brothers.
Yeah, totally. Like they're the ones driving, they're the ones doing it.
But here's the next thing, because you'll definitely get this one. So you're actually kind of nailing these right now.
I'm 2 for 3. That was pretty good. That was a blind luck, though. I threw that out.
And you're about to get this one, too. 2 Jethros.
So it's the brothers.
The brothers. So that is a tribute. The 2 Jethros is a reference to the Beverly Hills... Dude, I'm all over the place today. The Beverly Hillbillies character of the same name. These are the slightly redneck Malloy brothers who are hired to look after Miss Daisy. Throughout the movie, they work as an effective duo on a variety of tasks. So that makes sense if you think about it. So basically, because if you watch the movie,
pawns of the smart dude.
They're always putting the balloons up so that the smart dude can move
makes
things.
Total sense. I never even thought of them as like a team. Those 3. But totally. Totally. Very interesting.
2 Jethros.
Very interesting.
So that's the 2 Jethros, and then which is probably the one that you and I would immediately be like,
Well,
okay,
definitely.
well, we know what those mean.
Two of them.
And then we have Leon Spinks.
Leon Spinks. Is Leon Spinks a boxer?
Yeah.
Leon Spinks. Is it Don Cheadle? Pack a punch kind of thing?
I hate you. You're getting it.
I'm getting him.
No, so that's not why.
I'm totally guessing, by the way. That makes sense. My reasons are incorrect. But
So Leon Spinks.
get lucky.
Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali, which was like, I guess, the biggest boxing
upset ever, yeah.
upset ever.
Until Buster Brown.
Which caused just complete, like, almost not really like
What
chaos,
do we know?
But it's
We
just
know
like
nothing.
It's something that nobody expects, a big event that nobody expects, which is him
doing
turning off
that.
the power.
So they basically have like their whole plan planned out before they even pick the team.
Yeah, what's funny is
That's
the
gnarly.
person who, because I looked it up and this article has basically been written like 20 times over the past 10 years, different people coming up with the exact same conclusions, but like
And there's
slightly
nothing
different
ever from like the
reasonings.
director or something.
But
What the fuck?
But the Leon Spinks thing, like all the articles say, like you can from the very beginning know exactly what's going to happen.
That's
it's like,
crazy.
if
Not
you-
actually.
If you can tell me that two Jethros means we're going to have these two brothers be a distraction for every, like get the fuck out of here.
Or like that the Leon Spinks is like, we're going to shut down the power with a pinch, which is like
Yeah.
this. And okay.
A pinch when Bonnie.
One Bonnie.
Trouble.
Trouble.
And then the last one is the biggest Ella Fitzgerald ever.
So that's the flexible dude?
Yeah, so I
Or
assume
yeah.
So I assume that is the flexible dude because
The
this
Cirque
is
du
the one where
Soleil
he's
motherfucker.
involved. This is a reference to a commercial. By the way, you got everything but one wrong, or everything but one right.
And I was very like it was my guesses. I feel good.
Yeah,
Feels good
you
to
should
win
be
one.
proud of that.
Feels good to win one.
This is a reference to a commercial for Memorex, where a recording of
What?
Ella Fitzgerald's voice breaks a glass. So it's basically like a commercial. The commercial is like and then it says. Then the voiceover says, is it live or is it Memorex? So the concept is that Benedict doesn't know if the robbery he is witnessing is the robbery that's actually happening. This creates confusion. So basically, like when they show him that, here's the thing, like some of these you can
That's a
clearly
stretch.
say that's a person.
Yeah.
The Ella Fitzgerald thing, it's like,
It's an idea. It's like a concept.
I would, if we're describing the person, so that describes the con
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to fake it. But I also don't get how that's the biggest one ever.
I mean, it was a pretty big.
I think it's just a great line.
It was a pretty big heist, Jack. But
Yeah.
very cool.
Very, very cool.
Very
right?
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I know like they have other terms, like in Ocean's 12, they're like, we'll offer him a Billy Martin,
We got to look those up.
which is I know Billy Martin. It's because like they get routed out by another thief, and so like we got to offer him a Billy Martin, which is Billy Martin was the manager for the Yankees and got fired and rehired like 20 times. So
Yeah.
basically like we'll give him an option, like you know, like we'll try to like. I don't know. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, I
that was
like
the
that
only
a
one I
lot.
ever understood. But they have like we got to look up all of them.
Yeah.
They're so cool. Very cool.
We should watch
Hey,
it.
great fucking segment. That
Right?
was- I learned a lot.
I found that this morning. I woke up at like 5 and I found that this morning and immediately saved it because I was like, that's a pod segment.
Nice. Moving on. We got a Throners update.
Where are my dragons?
Oh, yeah.
So Game of Thrones is a week away. Next week's pod will be after the first episode, but we will probably record it before. We're playing around. My guess is we're going to do some type of pod for Game of Thrones.
Although you are.
We couldn't just do it us. We could, like I'm going to see if New and Matt.
Give me a second. Somebody's at the door.
Yeah.
We won't stop recording.
Yeah, but I was thinking like we got to do something if New and Matt would want to do it, or we're just gonna have so much to say about every episode that like I feel like one I want to I got shit to say, I want to get off my chest, but also just be a fun it'd be a fun thing, like it would be good.
No, it'd be incredibly fun. It's like, and the thing is too, it's like of anybody. What's up, buddy? We're doing the pod. It's like of everyone. I feel like I should not be on it, but I also
No.
I got some stuff to say.
You would make an appearance.
Yes.
You would come in, and by the way, Jack Neuheisel walking into the house.
Jack Neuheisel, how
just
you-
got back from Phoenix.
How you doing, baby?
But Thrones. So week away, obviously. Predictions, and also I have a question for you. I'm going to start with the question.
Yeah.
I saw this online today. It was a would you rather. Would you rather see Avengers Endgame and not watch any of season 7 Game of Thrones ever?
Yeah.
Or season 7 Game of Thrones and never watch Endgame ever?
So obviously I would do Endgame.
Yes. I immediately went, obviously, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously. But then I thought to myself, I need to see Endgame.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but no. I need to see Thrones. And I kind of debated in my head for a little bit. The answer is Thrones.
Can I ask you this question? Would you be allowed to find out the ending?
No. It's like you would never.
Wow, that's a dangerous game.
Isn't that
dude.
crazy? Is that nuts? So I ended up with Thrones. I went Thrones because I was like, I spent too much time. And you get 7 eps versus a movie, even though the movie is 3 hours long.
Yeah.
But it was interesting.
God.
I would love to know what people think.
I would too. I think it's going to be.
Because in my mind, it's Thrones. For anyone who watches Thrones.
I think if you watch Game of Thrones, you have to see the end of Game
But
of
a
Thrones.
lot of people are into Marvel shit. Like, if you that's possible to be more into Marvel than Thrones.
Also, Marvel stuff, there have been 59 hours in this MCU universe of
Jesus
movies.
Christ.
Just the movies, not
Jesus
TV shows and
Christ,
stuff.
59?
So that might be even more than Game of Thrones had. No, because Game of Thrones probably had more episodes.
Yeah, Game of Thrones shit ton of episodes.
I'm thinking of like how they do like 6 episodes a season.
But it's a ton. We're stuck in a bind because we want to watch all the Thrones before Thrones starts again. And we're like, okay, just week of we'll watch an ep of last season every night. Kind of just at least have last season in the bag heading into this new season. But then for Endgame, it's like I want to rewatch all the Marvel movies. That's like a 3-week thing.
This might be next week's Game of Thrones thing. This might be justification for us to pony up and finally get like lighting equipment so that we can do the pod at night.
At night, yeah. I'm in. Let's think about it. As far as Thrones predictions go, I just got one big one. Everyone's at work is talking about it. I feel like everyone's talking about it. I really think the throne isn't a thing anymore at the end of the season.
Interesting.
I think it's like
A lot of
now
people
we
lose
have
a
a
lot of money.
council and it's
God, that
I think
would
it's
be
gonna
so
be
lame.
like a political statement on like the end of tyranny and the start of democracy.
And they basically describe this as like, well, actually, the whole thing was an allegory for 1776.
Exactly. And I think everyone's dead. I think Jon dies. I think Daenerys dies. I think basically everyone. For some reason, I'm on.
Daenerys dies given the broken wheel.
Who?
Daenerys dies given the broken wheel.
New just said Daenerys dies given the broken wheel.
Like the wheel is broken. Like that's Daenerys' whole
That's the
thing.
implication Henry gave.
Yeah, that she's gonna break the wheel. But she's like her whole thing. She wants to break the wheel, but then she's still gonna be on the Iron Throne. No.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think
So like she doesn't actually break. You know what I mean? I think it's like we defeat the White Walkers. In all of that, we come together. Cersei's dead. Everyone's dead. And then you have like a panel of like just a handful of your favorite characters that are now like the council.
All right, let me paint you another little world. They defeat the White Walkers, but they also learn that they are just
They
trying
have their own troubles too, Jack.
They have their own troubles too.
Yeah.
And
It's tough. It's cold up
and
there.
so while there aren't many left, and I'm sure our the human diseases also run rampant through them. Basically, they become Native Americans. My question is, do they have representation on this council?
A White Walker? Yeah, we
Yeah.
just got some dude in bones on there. We keep him chained up just for fun.
I'm thinking of them as like it's kind of like in
no, one of the actual White Walkers would like to be like we have like the Night King on the board.
Yeah, well, I'm also thinking of like the end of the Will Smith movie where I Am Legend, where he realizes that like they're just a society,
Yeah.
but they're like a society at night. They can't go out during the day, and he is the monster to them because he's killing them.
Yeah.
And we basically learn like, oh, the only reason they're coming for us is because they thought we were coming for them.
So they kind of explain like the story of the White Walkers, and I hate having New here, you know so much more than me, but it's like the White Walkers were created by the children of what do you call them? Children of the Forest, to like help protect them against humans, where it's like man was killing all of the other kind of mythical creatures, so they created the White Walkers in response to that. So there is a little bit of that already, but no is my answer to your question. But I like the theory.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
How pissed off would you be?
I'd be very pissed. But it's all about the throne. Who's on the throne? Who's in the throne? Nobody.
Who's their Pocahontas and who's our John Smith? Who falls in love?
Oh, you mean White Walker normal people? I don't know if you met a White Walker that's going to be a romantic lead yet.
Wait until you find a babe
Maybe-
one, and you're like, I get.
Went like the app.
Which one?
There's one hot chick who went one episode.
Oh,
There's
the
a
hot chick. So there's Hard Home, the badass chick who like puts her kids on the boat and then she dies, and she's like crystal blue eyes already.
And she's smoking.
She was smoking hot. You're
Yeah,
right.
New saying that there was one hot chick who now is a White Walker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The girl
Yeah.
from Hard Home. She was
Okay.
great.
Okay.
She was great.
And that's to say you're not a Hodor guy, because Hodor probably.
Hodor's White Walker now, you're
Yeah,
saying?
Hodor's, yeah.
Okay,
That
he-
guy packs a punch.
Yeah,
in a sack.
he's what the gay community calls a bear.
Yeah, he's a bear.
Yes.
He makes love.
Yes.
He makes love.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's my Thrones take, and we'll be talking about it a ton. But just leading into it, I want to get that out there, have a thing, and I love the would you rather question. I want people to answer it. We actually don't have too much more, but we got a review The Twilight Zone. You didn't see it, I saw it.
Yeah.
Actually, both these reviews you didn't see, I saw.
Yes.
So the Twilight Zone. One, I got a couple takes on it. First ep is about Kumail Nanjiani, and he's a comedian. And I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but it's
exactly what you think it would be.
It's what you think it is, basically.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone is fucking up in a lot of ways, this show. We were really pumped for it because the old Twilight Zones are epic.
We love it.
First fuck up they had is it's not on cable. It's on CBS All Access.
Is it never going to be on CBS, or is this just early access?
I'm pretty sure it's CBS All Access.
That's weird.
You can watch the first episode for free on YouTube. That's where I watched it.
Okay.
But CBS All Access is basically like their version of HBO, Netflix, their streaming service.
They won't survive.
You pay $6 to watch all of CBS's content.
All of their great Big Bang Theory.
No one's going to do that. No one has watched this because of that.
You
Put it on
get CSI
fucking
though.
cable. They did not realize, like, they totally got cocky in that Black Mirror is a thing. We already have the Twilight Zone. Black Mirror is the Twilight Zone.
That's
basically.
literally what it is.
It's different because it's less mystical. It's futuristic, not mystical. But Black Mirror is massive, and Black Mirror still, when they have a new season, they release every episode on Netflix. So it's like Twilight Zone. That is clearly working. People want to binge this shit. You're gonna have one ep a week on this all access thing that no one subscribes to. Like, they're just bombing.
Yeah,
like
that's
that's
a bold
just a
move.
dumb strategy. The episode itself, the Kumail Nanjiani one, was okay. It was cool. You know, it's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen the entire time, literally the entire time. And the ending, it's like, yeah, that's basically what I thought.
Yeah. You explained the whole thing to me. It was like, it's so basic.
Yeah, it's kind of basic. Wasn't bad. It was interesting. And they got Kumail Nanjiani, which is cool. They'll have a lot of cool actors.
Yeah.
The old Twilight Zones used to be like, I have no idea how it's going to end. And then it ends and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, that's what's going on? And then lastly, Jordan Peele is the new. Did we ever figure out that guy's name? Who did the old Twilight Zone?
Roger Sterling.
That's the dude from Mad Men.
Sterling Archer.
Sterling
Stone.
Silver.
Richard Jeffries.
Rod Serling.
Rod Serling.
Rod Serling. So Rod Serling was
Rod
the old
Carew.
guy, and he's the guy who's smoking a cigarette. And he goes like, in the Twilight Zone.
In the Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to
Yeah.
the Twilight Zone.
And he's the man.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele is him now, and I think he is an absolute clown.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's been in too many funny skits and been a comedian for too long.
He's probably spoofed the Twilight Zone.
He walks in at the beginning of the episode, Jack, like you have like 2 minutes, and then it's like dun, 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 like the scary music, and he walks in holding like a glass of brandy, and he's like, in a world where time and space and this and that, and he's like being all cool. It was really stupid. I was like, dude, you're not like the mysterious guy.
Yeah.
Like, I know you made Get Out and Us.
Yeah.
You're funny and you're a comedian who
He's
does
deep.
characters.
He's really deep.
Like, you're right.
Yeah.
It just seems weird. Like, it ends and he's all like trying to like spook you out, get in your head.
Yeah.
I'm like, not
Welcome to
thank you. Next,
the
Jordan Peele.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, he's like trying to be all.
He's like, no, you need a cigarette when you're doing
Yeah,
that.
one for one.
And
Smoke a goddamn cigarette.
Would you do me a goddamn favor and smoke a cigarette, kid?
Like, seriously, it's kind of disrespectful
Yeah.
to the whole thing. You're gonna recreate the best show ever. And you're
disgusting.
not even gonna put a rolled up piece of tobacco covered in paper.
The Twilight Zone.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I thought. I'm probably gonna watch the next couple, maybe if they're free on YouTube. I'm not getting the CBS bullshit. Who
No,
has that?
never.
Who's gonna do that?
Not now, not ever, Henry.
Ugh.
I refuse.
Ugh.
I refuse.
$6 a month isn't bad though. I will
Yeah.
give them that.
Well, it's a steal.
The other review, another movie you didn't see, or another thing you didn't see that I saw. I watched Captain Marvel this week.
Yes.
So I saw Captain Marvel with Mikey and Matt. Basically exactly what I thought. We walked in and I said to them, what are the odds this movie kicks ass? And we're like, wow,
Really
we were
pumped about
wrong. You know, like that was good.
Yeah.
And they both were like 0%. Like, I just don't think it's good. But I didn't want to go in with a negative
Yes.
mindset.
Mindset.
And I had heard a lot of people say that it wasn't great, even people that usually would say it was. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was so boring. It wasn't a Marvel movie. That was my biggest takeaway.
Was it kind of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Not even. So it starts with like this, like you have like the Kree, where it's like kind of like a space community, and they have these warriors who have
Yeah, they're in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah the Kree,
yeah, yeah.
Kree's in the Guardians of the Galaxy. But like the Kree guy, he's the bad guy in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. But he's kind of cool. He's like blue and has like a hammer and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like doing his thing. This is like Jude Law and his team of kind of like space army rangers.
Jude Law is in the Kree?
Jude Law is the main one of the main characters in the movie.
Is he a Kree?
Yeah, he's great. He's like, they make him have like light green eyes.
Huh.
It's his thing. No. Yes, exactly. But you know, because the Kree is like a civilization of all different types of races and stuff.
Got it.
The blue guy is just one of many. He's
One of many
whatever.
Kree.
But what's it called? They all like don't have superpowers. They all have like,
But they have the technology.
they wear like armor that gives them like plasma shit. So they like all have like Jude Law can like press a button. He has like a energy boxing glove, basically, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's not superpowers. So like when they kind of Green Lantern is exactly Green Lantern, but like way less. It's like that's like the beginning, and they're having this war, and then Brie Larson ends up on Earth. Like that's the movie.
Yeah.
And then she's not really a superpower either. She just has this suit.
Okay, so
It's not a superhero movie.
sort of an Iron Man thing.
It's more of a. It's not even Iron Man.
'Cause
Iron
she
Man in
didn't
my mind is a
invent
superhero. It's like it's like a space movie. It's like Galaxy Quest or Star Trek. It did not feel like a Marvel movie. And then the whole movie was just boring.
Yeah.
She's just not really interesting, and her character just doesn't make any sense.
Do I have to see it?
Yes.
Going to Avengers?
It's almost.
Damn it.
I can probably explain it to you. You know what? You don't.
Okay.
That's the only reason I saw it.
Because I probably won't.
That's the only reason I saw it, and you don't. I can explain.
I'll probably miss a few of her jokes in it.
There were not
Callback
nearly enough
jokes?
tie-ins to the current movies. There were not
Okay.
nearly enough.
Did Nick
like,
Fury come to her at the very, very end?
Nick Fury's in the whole movie.
Oh, okay. Young Nick Fury.
Young Nick Fury. And so Samuel L. Jackson, like, I don't know. What are you saying?
There have been multiple cat commercials.
There have been multiple cat commercials.
So the cat pissed me off more than anything in the movie. The
Yeah.
cat is kind of like there, and the whole time, like people are referencing that like it might be important, and you're always like, it's just a cat. And then at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but like the cat has like, the cat is like an alien thing,
Oh, so it's the same ending as Men in Black.
basically, except kind of
Men in
crazier.
Black 2, sorry.
Except crazier. Except they never explain what the cat is. It's like, oh, that's not a cat, but then they never explain where it is. It's just like, well, how did it come
a
here,
sphinx.
and what is it, kind of thing. Yeah. Whole movie overall disappointing. I think if you know someone who's seen it or Google, they can explain to you. All the little tie-ins, like that's this, was stupid.
Damn it.
Like they explain Nick Fury's scar, stupid.
Damn it.
They explain like him and the Shield guy's relationship. Okay.
If you're gonna
There's like a lot of
explain-
little things where it's like, okay.
If you're going to explain a little thing, just watch The Last Crusade,
Yes.
Indiana Jones movie.
Yes.
Watch the beginning and be like, see how you can do it in 10 minutes with a young River Phoenix playing a young Harrison Ford.
It's that
That's why he
easy.
has the whip, because he fell
That's
into
why
a
he
lion's
has
cage.
the hats.
Because he robbed
That's
a guy
why he's
from
afraid of snakes.
That's why he's afraid of snakes. It all
Yeah.
makes sense during this
We
5-minute
named
train
the
robbery
dog
sequence.
Indiana.
We made the dog Indiana.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. In Greek.
Yeah.
That's another great movie. We should watch the movie soon, too.
But overall, Captain Marvel, nothing special. Pretty disappointed.
The pen is mightier than the sword. I'm killing you right now.
But yeah, still super pumped for Avengers. The the after credit scene, we waited. They give you a little sneak peek with Avengers. So immediately I'm with Matt and we're like holding each other back, like holy shit, it's all the characters from Avengers. And then she walks in, and you immediately go, this does not mesh.
Yeah.
She does not fit in with the other characters. One, she doesn't have fucking superpowers. It's very frustrating.
Someone just put salt on my ice cream.
She's also
which actually is pretty good.
She is unbeatable.
Oh, really?
She
Damn it!
she can't be beaten.
No, if you're gonna add a character at the end, have it be somebody where it's like, well, how are they gonna help? And it's like one
basically-
little thing.
She beats a adversary or a group of adversaries at the end that you go, well, nothing can.
Yeah.
Like no one else could do that or even come close.
Interesting.
So stupid. And also the biggest thing in the movie that they never explain, why the fuck hasn't she been mentioned in the past 18 movies?
Yeah.
We had 3 Avengers. We had 3 times the world was going to end because of people from space. And Nick Fury was never like, I know a girl.
Well, you know what?
I
Yeah.
knew a girl for a while ago.
She would be a ton of help.
She might be able to
right
help
now.
out right now.
If she's here, if she's still around,
I'm gonna call.
We should call her.
I'm going to give her a call.
It's worth a call.
Or at least I'll mention her.
Well,
I'll tell you her name.
You know who else wasn't mentioned was the United States military
No, it was not.
in any of those.
No.
Because
I think at a certain point they were like,
an atom bomb could have probably helped.
yeah. No, they had the whole Civil War thing, like the government tries to get involved, but never like the actual military.
You know, when half of all life on the universe, they should have nuked.
Probably stepped in.
Every country should have nuked Wakanda.
They don't know where Wakanda is, Jack. That's the issue, Jack.
So they should have said, "Hey guys,
We're here.
could use a little help."
We're here.
Iron Man not even willing to give all of his buddies like Hawkeye and Scarlett Johansson who don't have superpowers Iron Man suits. The Hulk should be wearing an Iron Man suit, Henry.
He does.
They all should be. No. Bruce Banner gets in that
Yeah,
little
you're right.
robot thing.
The
I'm
Hulk
talking
Hulk?
about the actual Hulk should
Tough
have.
to get it on him.
Okay,
You know what?
maybe
You can put it on,
He's
Jack.
he's the only one where that is actually like a justifiable thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Why is Captain America not covered in body armor?
Why is
are we
Hawkeye-
letting him bleed?
Why is Hawkeye not wearing sleeves?
Why is Hawkeye not wearing sleeves? Can you imagine how much faster he could shoot arrows if he had a robotronic arm and could
good.
fucking fly?
Be pretty good.
Unbelievable. Why isn't it a gun?
I don't know.
Oh.
There's the
These
pod.
and more on next week's episode of the Pool Boy Podcast.
But there's the pod. It's so dark.
I know.
It's crazy. But good things. We'll be back next week talking Thrones, talking a bunch of stuff.
But not talking pictures. 'Cause
Not
we are
talking
now
pictures.
The Pool Boy Podcast.
Screw that name.
Yeah.
Pool Boy, baby.
Anything
Order
else-
shirts.
Anything else we got to do?
I guess there's one thing we got to say, and it's
What?
probably...
Kick it!
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.